Hey, what's going on, guys? DJS here. I wanted to bring you guys a tutorial on how to unlock the sword, kind of a little Easter egg that is on Black Ops 3 Zombies. And this is a pretty interesting weapon to actually get. You can upgrade it. I'll hopefully have a video on me upgrading it later. So check the playlist in the description. But basically, there's a couple steps you have to do. You have to go on the train area on any of the three areas that you unlock from the very beginning. And I'll show you guys right here. I'm on one of the trains, and you have to look out through the windows, and you'll see, if you look out the window, you'll see some red signs that will show up. And when you see those, then you need to write them down. There was one right there, and you can pause the game and try to capture them, but you really just have to know which ones are which. The trickiest part is this, the map. So you could see where you are, and you need to know the name of the location of where you're going. And you can toggle that location inside of the train, and then you can see the question marks on the map, and the question marks on the left or the right hand side, the beginning or the middle of the map from where you're going from one train to the next will give you an idea of if you should start looking earlier or if you should start looking later. If you guys want a more detailed tutorial on how to find the symbols on the train, leave a comment, let me know. I can cover that because it is kind of a little bit difficult. And I ended up just moving one of the zombies down here further away because like sometimes if the zombies are too close, they'll join you on the train, which is not an enjoyable ride to be able to try to keep your eye out looking for stuff if the zombie's on the train. But you can see I'm like on the canal area right now, and I'm going to be heading over to the next area. So I can change that right here by changing locations and switching tracks, as you just saw, and that will let you go to a different route. So if you go back and forth the same route too many times, I think that freezes up. But right here you can see there was a symbol right there that ended up popping by, and that's the one that I already saw. So you could write that one down or do whatever you need to do, and that's kind of how you end up finding them. So pretty simple. There's three symbols that you need to find, and once you see all three of them, there's one of them again right here. So I ended up pausing it right here so you could see what it looks like. But basically, there's three symbols, and you don't have to input them in any order, but you need to go to the downstairs area where the rift is, and then basically go into beast mode, and then smack them with lightning on the wall. If you do that in order with all three of them correctly, then it will actually make it so the like Easter egg sort of thing can start, and you can get going on some of this. So right here you can see. Again, you just got to know the direction of the one that you're going. So it said foot something on there, and I need to know which is the third one that I need to find. So that's kind of the way, well, what you need to do. And this one, unfortunately, was one of those times where I brought the zombie along with me. Not as fun when you don't have Juggernog. And there's the symbol right there, another symbol, or that could have been the first one. I might have replayed one of them, but there are three for sure, and you need to make sure you keep track of them. So you can actually pause your screen in solo mode, and then if you pause your screen, you can faintly see it in the backdrop, and that's what I would recommend if you don't have a capture device. If you do have a capture device, use it and pause the game and go back and slow motion rewind it and see. So anyway, right there where I was just looking is where you need to go, and once you wake up from your like thing, and so I have to start another round, but it's right through this kind of brick wall area. I'm going to start another round, and then the flame will become available. I can go into beast mode and then knock out the three that I ended up choosing. So this is the first part of it, and then the next part I'll show you guys the statues as well, which you also need to be in beast mode to unlock. So I pause the game right here so I can reference the three symbols that I took screenshots of on my phone or on my desktop, and then you can go around in the circle and just make sure you get them all. I go left to right. I don't think it matters though. You just have to hit all three of the symbols that you ended up getting. So there was one, there was two, and there was three, and it opens up, and then it looks like you can grab a sword, but you can't. There's some eggs in the wall, and I didn't grab them quite yet. I went back around and grabbed them. But basically, you grab one of the eggs in solo, at least. I don't know about multiplayer. You grab one of the eggs in the wall, and then there's four statues around the map. Now, normally these statues are in crates, and you have to go into beast mode and smack them and open them up. I already did that to this one that's in this room right here, as you'll see to the right here. So this is where you put the egg down. You have to put the egg down in one location at a time, but once the egg is there, you shoot zombies and you see the blue souls being collected in the egg, kind of powering the egg or whatever. And you can see right here, the souls are just going to keep powering it. It probably takes 10 or 12 zombies to power the eggs. Not a ton. So what I end up doing, because I'm not too secure when I'm out there in the other areas that I don't feel comfortable, like some of the areas are pretty tight corners and I don't want to die, so I end up leaving 8 or 9 zombies left over for one round down here, because this is my training area in which I'll have a high round strategy down here. But basically, once you're done filling it, you can pick up the egg, and then you don't have to go back to the sword area because you can't do anything in here. I thought you'd just be able to put the egg back. You have to go to all 4 locations and fill them up. So I'll show you the other locations now because they are kind of tricky. So you go through the rift, and then this is a canal area. And then through the canal area, if you go up and around, you'll see usually there's a gate right here preventing you to get in the other side. Right here, I mean, and then right here. And so you just come across here, and you can see that crate. I think that, I don't know why those guys just spawn in and run away, but I'm going to use this beast, and this crate's right next to it right here. So these are the crates that I'm talking about. There's 4 of them through the map. 1 in the underground sort of area, 1 in the canal area, and then 2 others in the other 2 areas that you need to go into from the beginning of the map. This area right here. So there's 3 like areas that you knock down, and that was one of the 3. And then there's another one kind of in another location. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. The other one is, there's one up by one of the pack-a-punch machine, or not pack-a-punch, one of the perk machines, and then a couple others. But I didn't show you guys me filling this, I think, all the way. I can't remember. But you can see I just had a handful of zombies left over this round, and I'm just filling up the souls in the egg. And again, once it's full, then I'll move on to the next spot. And I just keep coming back and doing this in between rounds. There's other things to be doing as well, other Easter egg and other things that you could be doing. But I wanted to just try to get this one at least to have the sword, to give it a try. And it's pretty badass. Like, it does kill these zombies with one like pretty big swoop, or like 3 or 4 swoops. And then you can also jump up in the air and smack down, and it causes like a little stun effect. The stun effect thing is not as impressive, to be honest, as the Widow's like perk. But so right here, I ended up picking up the wall weapon and shooting the guys, and you can see it filled up the egg, or close to, and no, it didn't fill it up yet. Once it fills it up, then I can go ahead and pick it up. But then there's like 4 locations, and so like right here, I'm just like, the next round started, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and run around. And then this is another location right here. So this is one of the ones in the off the main area. It's just to the right. It's really easy to find. It's the one that's not hidden at all. And so that's this one behind that area. And then there's one other one as well, and I'm just running around in beast mode. I was trying to figure out where the last one was, but it's upstairs, again, by one of the perk machines. So you can see as I spawn back in, it's just right over here to the right. And so I placed the egg back down there. I probably finished filling up the other one, and now round 13, and I'm just filling up this one on this spot. And so it's pretty easy if you do it this way. If you're bold and you want to just try to train the zombies in this area, you could do that as well. I'm not that confident. I always get down, so I just keep going back to the area that I feel comfortable training the zombies. And then once I get done training the zombies in that area, I leave a couple left, and then I come back here and then kill them. So it's a long process, but if you do a lot of the other things at the same time, it's not so bad. And plus, it pays off in the long run, because you get the sword. It doesn't count as a weapon. You have to push like 2 bumper buttons in order to use the sword, and it like powers up. So and then it cools down, so you can just use it sporadically. You just can't use it 24/7, but it does recharge, so you can use it like kind of infinite amounts of times once it recharges. So that was one of the other locations right there. And then the last location was down one of the other alleyways. There's the upstairs area. You can see right here, there's the boat. So this is the side where there's the boat and stuff. And then if I go upstairs to the left, back right here, then up in this room there was the perk machine, and then straight past the perk machine there's the one right back here that usually you have to separate it as well. And you have to use the beast mode again to knock it out, so it's like this. But I'm just showing kind of me collecting the stuff here. And I just made it so there's just a couple zombies again, so it's not hard. Juggernog is definitely a plus. If you don't have Juggernog, it's definitely a need, at least for me, to be able to survive. And there's that Widow's stuff in works right there, just stunning up that lady. And yeah, so once you get all 4 of these, then you have to go back down to the underground area. And once you go back down to the underground area, and I think right here I just showed me filling it up, the last one. Once you go down the underground area, you just put the egg back in the sword, and then you get the sword. Now, there's 4 swords there, so I'm assuming one of them's per character, because the names of the swords are all vary. They're all weird, sort of alien sort of names. So just throwing that out there. I mean, I've seen or I've noticed that a lot of the swords are different, so it is what it is. But this gameplay was pretty fun because I actually never even pack-a-punched a gun, or not yet, and I haven't even used the mystery box. And I was on around like 19, I think, or 18 before I used the mystery box. There it is right there. You place the egg in, and then you can pick up the Apothicon sword, and then left bumper, right bumper to wield it. And I'll show you guys it in action a little bit. Finishing up this round, I was like, man, I might as well use this sword. But it's pretty cool little power-up sword. And then, I mean, it looks like it's like ice. This one is possibly, or lightning or something like that. And that's pretty much it, dudes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the video. Hopefully it was helpful for those trying to figure out how to get this. If you guys need more clarification on anything, I know this is... I gear my videos more towards the beginners. So this one's a little bit more advanced because this is kind of a tough Easter egg to follow. But there is the sword in action. If you get too close, look at how close I was at dying. So you definitely got to keep your distance. And then also you can push another button and the left bumper or the left trigger, and it does this, the electric bolt. So mine's the electric one, it looks like. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace, guys.